It's a real pleasure for me also to be here tonight and to get the chance to talk at this wonderful occasion. I'm an international student from Austria, and I was taking the management consulting subject the last semester, and it was quite a journey. It was a great subject for me, and I had the pleasure, me and my team, in total 6 students from 6 different countries, to work on a project with Radio Skid Row. And Radio Skid Row, our client, is a Sydney-based community radio station, and their goal is to give a voice to the marginalized people in our community. And like many other great non-for-profit organizations, they faced a problem that they sometimes struggle with their financial sustainability. And in the initial talk with our client and also through initial research, we found out that they were relying around like 70 to 75% on government funding for the great work they do. And our goal was, we would like to change the situation to make them financially more sustainable. And the approach we had was that we found out that actually the radio station has a very engaged group of supporters and people who really care about the station. And there was just this linking bit missing of getting those people closer to the organization so that they are willing to support them also in a financial way. And we conducted a lot of research and lots of interviews and talks and lots of work over the last 3 months. And eventually were able to develop a support engagement strategy for Radio Skid Row, which we think really will help them to get their community more engaged and eventually become financially more sustainable to continue to contribute to the society and especially to the community in Sydney in such a great way. And we handed in our report actually last week, a little bit more than one week ago, after a couple of all-nighters and lots of work. And I had time to reflect, and over the last days I was thinking, how did this subject impact me, or what was striking to me, what did I learn? And for me it was 2 things which were really outstanding. The first one was that rarely before I have been pushed that far out of my comfort zone. And there was one really special occasion. We went to Radio Skid Row, their studios in Marrickville, and hosted and conducted a strategy workshop with the organization, because we had the feeling we just want to learn more about what they do and see also the different kind of opinions and the different views of the organization within the company or within Radio Skid Row. And it was quite tough. It was 20 people in the room which had different views on what they want to do and what the organization is about. And me and my colleagues, we didn't sleep much the night before because we had to go there and host the conversation and moderate the conversation. And it was tough. It was 3 hours of discussion and lots of, not arguing, but a very lively discussion. And our goal was, at the end, we want to have one statement what the organization is about. And then, after almost 3 hours, there was this moment where we wrote down the sentence, Radio Skid Row wants to create a world of truth. And it was on the butcher paper on the wall, and people were nodding and had kind of a spark in their eyes. And all 6 of us, we had goosebumps on our skin, because it was such a wonderful moment to see that the people agree on this. And the second thing was, which really was striking to me, was the amount of impact we had throughout the semester. And I had a funny anecdote around a week ago. I'm here on a double degree, and I'm basically exchange student. And one of my professors from Austria, he came to UTS, and he asked me for a meeting, and I met him, and he asked one of those typical sneaky professor questions. So, what are they doing at UTS Business School? Is there something we can learn from that? Are there any best practices we can use in Vienna? And I said, yes, there is one. And for me, I mentioned UTS Shopfront and said, this program is outstanding. And he said, so what is so special? And I told him, it is a consulting project we're doing. And I did consulting projects in Austria before, also with different organizations. But I never had the feeling that I have impact there. Because we worked for banks or for, energy providers in Austria, big companies. And you spend a semester of work, you hand in a paper, and then you have the feeling it ends up somewhere in a drawer. And with our engagement with Radio Skid Row, I had the feeling that they can use that. We produced something valuable, and the organization will benefit from that. And for me, this amount of impact was really striking and very motivating all over the semester. And I will keep this in my mind as a really great memory. And yeah, I can just thank UTS Shopfront and UTS in general for providing this great student experience. And Megan, our from Radio Skidrow, is back there. So I also just want to mention the frequency is 88.9 FM. So maybe tune into that. It's a great station. Thanks a lot.
To learn more about UTS Shopfront, visit our website or Facebook page.